What is up, YouTube? This is your guy Christopher Watson of Crack Media, and I am back again for another episode review of JDM Legend. This is the last episode of season 1 of JDM Legends, and they ended it with a bang. In this episode, they are restoring, a full restoration of a 1972 Nissan Skyline GTR. Like, I guess the holy grail of Skylines. Most people would beg to differ that the Skyline GTR, R34, Z-Tune, Nismo would probably be like the holy grail, but in the collector's mind, the 1972 Nissan Skyline GTR is probably going to be the top Skyline to own. So anyway, they do a full-on restoration, like frame off restoration. They take frame off, I say a frame up restoration of this Skyline GTR. They take the body off, they strip it down, they take off every part imaginable from this car. They want to do an original condition restoration. So they want to put everything back to how it was, except for like the engine. They're gonna make sure the engine is up to date, and I mean up to date as in like all the electrical stuff is cleaned up, the carbs and everything are tuned to where they're making maximum performance, things of that nature. This car is very interesting in that it came into the shop white, but it goes out safari gold or yellow. So according to Eric, Josh, and Mauricio, safari gold is a rare color of the Nissan Skyline GTR in the 1972. They come in white and silver and all those other colors, but the safari gold is a rare color. So after stripping the white back and different layers of paint, they actually see that the car was originally safari gold, so they end up painting the car back that color, and not just like the exterior, but they paint the underside of the car, the inside of the car, all of it safari gold, so it can be period correct. Let's see here. They do a complete engine rebuild. Just like I said, this is a complete restoration. So they also had to rebuild it because they saw metal pieces in the oil pan that were part of the bearings, which is not good. I can attest to that. When restoring my 1991 Toyota MR2, I had to do engine rebuild and put new bearings in, and where the bearings actually seized, and I had to put some more new bearings in. So anyway, everything worked out, and everything worked out in this build as well. Also, they had to restore the transmission. They also had to rebuild the transmission because some of the gears had been destroyed, quote unquote. So they send the transmission out to a local guy to rebuild the transmission, and they send the engine off to a guy in California to rebuild the engine. Now, they have this engine rebuilt, but according to Eric, they actually put a different engine in the car for this episode and for the client. Apparently the client wanted to enjoy the car fairly soon after the build, so he gets to drive the car, but they're going to put the actual engine that they rebuilt or getting rebuilt into the car at a later time. Let's see here. The engine that comes in the car is a 4-valve triple carb inline 6-cylinder, and it is a beast of an engine from that era, of course. Like I said in past episodes, the Nissan Skyline of that era, the 1970s Nissan Skyline, is like, it's just gorgeous. The first time I actually saw that Nissan Skyline body was in the Fast and Furious, the 5th one, so Fast 5, where Brian was actually driving it, and man, I don't know if I'll ever be able to afford one because the prices of those cars are going up like every second because they're being imported and they're rare and they're gorgeous and they're classic and all this. So Eric and Josh and Mauricio are like the luckiest builders to me out there, because everybody in the country can rebuild an American car, but not everybody can rebuild a classic Japanese car. And what I mean by that is, like, most shops can go, oh yeah, I can do XYZ, but only certain people put the time and effort into restoring these Japanese cars the way they should be restored. Some more interesting facts about this car in this episode. Eric actually get some of these parts replated, not some, all the parts that need to be plated, like zinc plated or nickel plated or chrome plated. He takes this to a shop that specializes in this. He doesn't try to do this himself. He uses somebody that does this day in and day out, so they know what they're doing, and it looks awesome. Something I didn't know: chrome pieces are not actually, like, chrome is not the color. Chrome is actually nickel and then chrome, like a chromium or a chrome treatment, and then it just protects the nickel color. Something I didn't know. So that's pretty cool that they showed that process. Obviously the chemicals that they use to do that are extremely dangerous, so I would not deal with that if you didn't have to. I would leave that up to professionals specialized in that. Man, I'm just saying, this build is just clean. You can pretty much eat off of this car. The interior is awesome, the exterior is awesome, the engine's awesome. Like, I pretty much, from watching this show, I pretty much think that Eric is like the JDM legend of JDM legends in JDM Legendom, which is a lot of JDM legends. Man, like I really want to go to the shop because it's just insane. How many of you guys watching this video likes the Skyline GTR, specifically the 70s Skyline GTR? Would you want a classic Skyline or a later model Skyline, like the R32, 33, 34? Personally, if I had my pick, I'd probably take, I know I hyped up this Skyline GTR, the 70s model, but I don't know why, but I just love the R32. I think it's just the pedigree, just what it's done in race history. But then again, the first GTR was a beast as well. So if money was no object, I'd have both. I'd have a 70s model Skyline GTR and an R32 Skyline GTR. Man, it's awesome that they get to do this. So but that's it, man. That's it, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for checking this video out. Thank you for checking this series out. I'm done with the episode recaps or reviews, but I'm gonna do a season review recap that's coming up in a few. We'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.